I was in McDonald's for 6 years. McDonald's could never, sorry, no shades though. If I had to meet an historic figure like in life, dead or alive, who would it be? Any job, any company that is talking to me and whatever, you have to have something meaningful to offer me. Hi guys, welcome back to yet another YouTube video. It's your girl Ade, and I'm here with another YouTube video. As you might have seen the title or the thumbnail of this video, what exactly is a big girl job? You might be asking. A job, because for some people, a job is a job. Let's talk about it. So when you're doing a job that doesn't necessarily, this is my own definition, okay? This is Ade Shewa definition. This is no Oxford dictionary. So what I understand by a small girl job is that, and I'm saying small girl job because, big girl job, that's just the opposite and whatnot. What I understand by it is that when you're doing a job that doesn't necessarily tally or align with your career path or like your vision or what you're seeing, like you're just doing the job to get by. So in my situation, I was in McDonald's for 6 years because I got admission 2 years. I started working in McDonald's. So the plan was to do school like 4 years just because of the flexibility. I feel like I've spoken about this a lot on this channel, but like I was in McDonald's just because it was great flexibility. It was a good job for students. Like you choose your own schedule and then you can focus on other priorities. Result may vary. It depends on the person. The mental or the usual statistics is that it normally would take you a while. It would take you like a longest time for you to actually get that job that you're well certified with, and that's the job you're calling like a bigger job or whatnot. Some people they get a job right after school. Some people wait a year, 2 years, just because they know what their worth is, and they're like, okay, any job, any company that is talking to me and whatever, you have to have something meaningful to offer me. So we're going to pause on that. Let's talk about how I got mine. So get your notes and let's jot. I have been applying for jobs before I actually wrote my final exam. I've been working hard. I've been sending applications and stuff. And this is one thing you should know too. It really depends on you. Some people say they want to wait till after school to apply for jobs. The job market is shit. Personally, this is what I think. So if you have that time before you graduate and you're just like putting things like on the map and everything, working on your resume, sending out resume, it would be very, very helpful for you. So this is what I've been doing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me. Because I was having the vision of like, people get jobs, good jobs, before they actually graduate. Some people, it works for them. But it did not work for me. I give up many times. I'm like, I'm just tired of getting rejection. I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry. Unfortunately, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. For a long time, I just put a pause. I stopped applying for jobs. And then I picked myself up again. Same thing. So I went into this circle like once or twice. I just stopped. I go again. I stop. But up until graduation, there wasn't anything promising. There were interviews. I did interviews, but they weren't anything promising. Just for context, at the time, I was in Montreal, Quebec, and they were very big on French. I do speak French, but sometimes I'd rather not. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But I do speak French. It's just that let's just say that I wanted something different. But yeah, that was also a big factor, and that was not really helping my situation. Now, let's get to the job aspect of it. This job that I got, just for reference, I now work with the government, and I work with the federal government in Ottawa. At the time being, I was doing everything else I like to do. I like to, at the time, create content, document things, document life. I was doing that steadily. And, if I was doing my McDonald's, waiting for whatever was going to come into place. So let me add, and this is a testimony that, every time I think about it, I just thank God. I'm very, very grateful. This opportunity I not take it for granted. The person that referred me to my boss is somebody that I don't know. She knows me, okay? But I don't know this person. If I see her on the road, I'll probably not even acknowledge her. I'll probably not be like, oh, hi, oh my God, thank you. Like, I don't know her. But I know her name. I oh, it was this person, because after you get the job and whatever, sometimes you and your boss, when you're not close, you guys will not talk like, oh, that day I was just talking to, and this was exactly what happened. So my boss was like, okay, I need somebody to handle this department of his, because I'm in the communication department, so I need somebody to handle this part of communications. And he was just talking out loud with somebody in the office, and it was like, oh, like, do you have anybody that can do this job? Do you know that can do this job? And this person was like, oh yes, I actually do know a friend that has a friend, or that has a girlfriend at the time, like we were not married then, that does that. I was like, okay, yeah, just connect me. And then they spoke to KE. So, because he works in the government too. So this director, my boss, called and I was like, oh, someone told me that you had and KE was like, oh yes, I can send you our work. Like, it did not even be like, oh yeah, let me ask her anything. Nothing, none of that. It was like, yes, I will send you a portfolio, I will send you a resume, and then boom, 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 he sent everything to my boss. And then my boss was like, then I received an email. Then no, I sent a follow-up email. Maybe you want to call him and stuff. So I sent him a follow-up email. I was like, I'm the friend of KE, that was referred this. It was like, sure, here's my number, call me. So I called my boss. And when I called him, it was like, then he asked me like a bunch of questions. It was like, oh, this, are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with that? Your salary expectation? I'm like, already? Like me, I'm thinking like 5 stages of interviews first. I'm like, me, I'm okay with this, that. I was like, okay, this is very good, very good. I'm going to talk to my boss. I will get back to you. It was looking promising. It wasn't like the regular interviews that you first of all do, they will come back. Like this man, it was like he knew what he wants. I was able to be like, I can do what you want. I was like, let me get back to you. He called me shortly again. He called me again. It was like, this was like on a Thursday. It was like, this, that. Good news. My boss is like down to meet you and everything. I'm in Montreal, remember. Can you be in Ottawa today in the next how many this thing so you can meet my boss? I'm like, I was getting ready to go to McDonald's when all this was happening. So I was like, oh yeah, I can make you in Ottawa. Like, I drive and everything. 2 hours down the road, we went straight down. I got to Ottawa. I met the boss. Delusional me, actually. I didn't think I was going in for an interview. So I wasn't preparing for an interview. I didn't know what I was expecting. He just told me that I needed to be in Ottawa. His boss wanted to see me. I should have put 2 and 2 together and know that it was an interview, but I did not. So I got there. His boss, Richard, which is my now boss, so the boss of my boss, which is now my boss. I was like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. I was like, oh, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in short notice. I said, Nibo, everything. He took me to one room, then he started asking me interview. This was like the second time in my life where I'm having a one-on-one interview. I'm like, eee. So he was asking me, but I was shy. Even though I wasn't prepared. The moment he said interview, I was like, dude, like I was so cold. I shiver. I said, gosh, 2 hours. I could have prepared for something. But I still knew what basically the job was about. And it wasn't something I wasn't already there. So I was like, you know what? He was asking me, I was firing back. He was saying this, I was saying that. He was nodding, he was taking note. He was nodding, he was taking note. Then he asked me a question. I was like, if I had to meet an historic figure like in life, dead or I can never forget the question. I feel like I've forgotten everything he asked me, but that question I can never forget. Dead or alive, if I have to meet them for dinner, who would it be? I say Latibo Sibo. Like I was shocked. It took me like a solid 1 minute to answer that question. It was after I joined the team, I now realized that he asked people those questions too, and they basically had the same reaction as me. Because they're like, how do we come here for this interview? You're asking me. And I'm like, Nelson Mandela. I was like, oh, that's very good. I'm like, Isha wrote something. I was like, thank you very much. I'll get back to you. He said, we're interviewing other candidates right now, but I should get back to you. I said, like, when? He said, by like next week, I'll get back to you. At this point, I was already feeling like, damn, in my head, I already got a job. Which one is the one to go and interview me with other content? I should have been praying and everything. So my now boss, which is like my director, he was checking up on me. What was the interview? Did everything go well? I was like, fine. But he was giving me more like, don't worry, like, that's what I was doing, but it was giving more, the way he was talking to me, I felt more relaxed to him, like I got the job. But that Oga Pata is like, I don't know, he's playing games with me. Long and short of the story, I told him that I would be traveling. So this was 2 weeks to my wedding. So I told him I would be traveling, and just so like I know if there's anything that would be needed to done paperwork wise, like I would need to do it before I travel, because if I'm out of the country, like I can't do anything outside Canada. It has to be when I come back. So they were like, okay, they will make a decision and get back to me. So long and short of the story, I finally received an email. It was like, oh, you have to get this done, fill this form, do your background check. Then at security, I was happy, because once they sent you that email like this, you don't be. So now, my chief finally called me, congratulated me, told me my salary. Then I started the process. The security clearance for me, like it differs. Mine was like 2 weeks, but they were saying some people was more than that. But for me, it was like the 2 weeks exactly that I left Canada, because I went for the wedding for 2 weeks and I came back. Like before, as I was coming back, they already told me that the clearance was done. So I was coming back to resume. My flight was landing on Wednesday. My boss was telling me, "Can you resume on Wednesday?" I said, "Hello, sir. I'm literally just landing on Wednesday, but I can make it for Thursday," which was the next day. So, and then the next day was my first day. It was very nice. I got my laptop, I got my phone, I got my own decks. I have two screens, like two big screens. They handed me over like the equipment that would need me to do my job. I made the team very, very nice people, by the way. It was so nice. And so far with the job, every time I think about it, I think about the girl that actually referred me a lot. Like, I know, like, at the end of the day, it's your skills and what you have that will still sell you out. But it's just a situation of where I don't know, till date I don't know her, because as I got into the office she actually left. I think she moved on with life, and it wasn't even the same department. It wasn't like I took her job. She wasn't even near the communications department. She was like far away from that. But it's just how she was just like, this person, I don't even know, I don't know how to add it up. But I guess when it's your time, it's your time. And a little like point to take away from this story, like I know it's all story, it's all fun, but whatever you do, like just know that, keep doing what you do, and just like keep doing your best. Like, you might think nobody's watching you, you might think nobody's seeing you, you might think you're just doing it for doing its sake, but just keep doing you. And one day it's gonna like turn out for good, and you're gonna be like, okay, I did that. And with the help of God, I did that. God has just been faithful. And I really cannot wait to share more of this journey and experience to you guys. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like the video. If you like the video, comment, say something nice, give me a suggestion, say whatever comes to your mind. What is that I want to say? Yeah, share the video, comment, subscribe. Till I come here next time. Next time, it's your girl Ade, and this is Love with Ade. Bye, guys.